guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new around here, my name is Chae. I'm a college student, and recently I've been testing out the new AirPods Pro for over 2 weeks now, and now that they have improved a lot of features on it, I can safely say that these are going to be my favorite headphones for probably the next few months. Now, we're going to break up today's review into 3 different sections. We're going to go over the design of it, functionalities, and comfort. Now, if you saw that intro cinematic sequence, that was obviously shot in Times Square in New York City, where we went to test out these AirPods Pro, and we actually asked a few strangers to try them out and see what they actually thought. So we're gonna have some real life test footage as well. But first off, the design, obviously it's a much more rectangular shape. But like I said in my unboxing video, if you rotate the 2 cases, they are pretty much identical in footprint. Even if they're in your pocket, they don't really make too much of a difference. Size-wise, it's not the biggest difference, but weight-wise, the Pros are definitely a little bit heavier. It's like grams heavier. And then of course, when you open them up, you're met with 2 completely redesigned AirPods. Now, if I can get them out of the case. Now, the great thing about AirPods is that it has just a really good feel to it. Obviously, the click when you close it and open it, but even the way it snaps in, you still have that magnetic pull. So if you look at the design of the AirPods Pro, it actually has changed quite a bit from the original AirPods. First off, noticeably, it's going to be a much shorter stem, meaning that it's going to sit in your ear a little bit better. I feel like the weight distribution is definitely a lot better. Now we have a silicone tip, so it insulates the sound better, and it really just sits very well in your ear. Like, I have no problem with it falling out at all, especially compared to the original AirPods, which were a little loose. Like, these definitely are not going to fall out. And then finally, the biggest thing about the new design of it is that they actually have like this flattened part on the tip where you can actually press twice or 3 times to change modes and change songs, very similar to how you could tap twice. Personally, I was a fan of tapping a lot more than actually like having to press something, because it's a very delicate thing where you can easily switch between modes versus playing and stopping a song, which makes it kind of hard to distinguish, but I'll explain more about that in the next section. But yeah, design, honestly, I'm a big fan of it. I do wish that they had USB-C charging or reverse wireless charging where I could charge this case with my phone. Like, that would be crazy, but unfortunately we're stuck with the regular Apple Lightning bolt. The battery life is pretty good. I've gone like a couple of days without having to recharge it, which is ironic because now they're completely dead, but I honestly have no problems with the battery life. I do think it is better than the original AirPods. Next up, we're going to move over to the functionalities of the new AirPods Pro, and the reason that they're called Pro is because they have this new noise canceling mode, which not a lot of earphones do these days. And they also have this transparency mode where if you press the stem for 1 second, it'll allow you to hear your surroundings of if you have alerts on the plane or you walk into the city and you can't be using noise cancellation. Like, transparency mode is still a really great way to listen to your music. It doesn't disturb the sound quality, it really just takes away the noise cancellation part of it. So, like, even when I talk with these in, I can't hear myself because these are like really suctioning your ear as well. So that's transparency mode. Now, that noise cancellation on these are actually pretty insane. Like, I will show you some reviews of what we did in Times Square, which is incredibly loud. There are dozens of taxis, everyone is talking, and when you put those in, I promise you that you can't hear anything. Like, as soon as you play music, all the sound just stops. So we're gonna roll some clips from that. We just found some people in Times Square and we asked them to try them out, and everyone was very impressed with them. Do you have any special requests?
Anything you want.
Anything?
Yeah?
Can you hear me? No, alright?
I don't hear you.
Ain't that crazy? Now you can hear?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
Now you can't hear. Alright, so these are the new AirPods Pro. So they have a new tip at the end, so they're a little bit more comfortable.
Ooh, yeah, I hear it.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Alright, I'm convinced.
These are off, now it's on.
Oh, that's good.
Crazy, right?
That blocks out all of Times Square. Yeah. Wow, I can hear my own voice.
You can
like,
hear it because,
resonating.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Can you hear me?
No. Is it actually good?
It's true.
I was kind of skeptical of that.
I can't hear shit. You can't hear me, right? I can't hear you.
Damn.
Hey. And then now they're off, so now you can hear me. That shit is nice. That shit. Can you hear me?
That's noise cancellation?
Yeah.
I can barely hear you.
Ain't that crazy?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Especially in Times Square, bro. This place is loud.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
Finally, let's move over to the comfort of the new AirPods Pro. Personally, I've found that they are very comfortable, more so than the original AirPods, like I've mentioned, but they just fit in your ear a lot better, and when you're listening with noise cancellation, like, you just forget that anything else is really happening. So when I personally listen to music, it just kind of depends on what kind of mood I want to be in, whether I want to just tune in or have some background noise, but I'll decide if I want to switch between transparency or noise cancellation mode. But overall, to wrap up my review, I am a huge fan of the AirPods Pro. Like, Apple did a really great job of innovating on the AirPods original version. Now, when they released the AirPods AirPods 2, I wasn't so sure that it was a huge improvement or made many new leaps. But the Pros are pretty much in a new ballpark. They have some comparable competitors, like Sony has the wireless MX3 earphones, which are pretty good as well. Amazon has been coming out with wireless earphones as well as Microsoft. But in my personal opinion, I think that just having the Apple ecosystem makes listening to music a lot easier. It's much more intuitive. You also have the Hey Siri function, which I didn't even mention, but it actually works really, really well. Now, the question of whether or not the AirPods Pro are for you, I'm probably talking to two types of consumers. You either don't have a pair of AirPods or you have the AirPods version 1 or version 2. Now, if you don't have a pair of AirPods, honestly, I would say spend the $100 more to get the noise cancellation and the Pros, because it's just going to be a better investment if you realize how much you're going to be using these on the daily. I wear them if I'm going to the gym, if I'm going to class. Like, these are in my ear pretty much anytime I'm walking around. Now, if you have the AirPods 1 or the AirPods 2, that's honestly just personal preference. Like, do you think you need noise cancellation in your wireless earphones, or you prefer listening with over-ear headphones? But personally, I don't think it's a bad idea to have two pairs of AirPods. Like, I can use these when I'm going to the gym, I can use these when I'm going to class. Like, if one dies, I'll have another pair on backup. That might be a little excessive, but I mean, if you really do want to get the Pros, like, I definitely recommend copying them. But even if you do have the older versions, you could also sell it or give it to a friend and then upgrade yourself to the Pros. That's gonna wrap up my review. Now, to be fair, I haven't even had these for a month now, so I can definitely get more insights the longer I use them. So if you're interested in a further review, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know any other suggestions of things you guys want to see. And if you guys like this new merch, it's on sale right now. There's going to be a link in my description where you can get it. They're in these really, really nice comfort colors. So this one is called the Terracotta, and it's just a beautiful print. I'm super happy with how they turned out. You guys have probably seen all the promo stuff by now, so I won't say too much about it, but it is going to be on sale for this week. So make sure to go check yours out. As always, don't stress, finesse, peace.